What is up, everybody? It's Vs. TV here today. So we're going to talk about this article where the major concern is if Sony is going to raise the price of the PS5 because Sony has been increasing their other electronics prices. They've kind of been increasing those other prices. And also because we have seen companies like Meta, who has increased their VR headset by $100. They're increasing that price. So it's been asking Sony the question, they're going to increase the PS5 price. And Sony hasn't given us a direct answer. So they're kind of being like super vague about the answer and kind of leaving the door open. So you don't know if they're really going to do it or not, but it's kind of like weird because if you're not going to do it, then you just say, hey, we're not going to raise the price. But they didn't give a definitive answer that says they're not going to do it. So let's see what this article goes in detail about. And this is from VGC.com. In April, Sony raised the Japanese prices on a range of consumer electronics, including some cameras, Blu-ray players, home theater systems, headphones, and speakers. Okay, so the other electronic products. It said the price revisions were made in light of the ongoing semiconductor shortage and other external factors that have caused the cost of raw materials, manufacturing, and distribution to increase. Okay, so it makes sense. But what about the PS5? During its first quarter earnings call on Friday, Sony was asked whether it would consider increasing the PS5 price point in the face of similar market pressures. About a potential price increase for the PS5, at this point in time, there is nothing specific I can share with you about the prices, came the response from Executive Deputy President and Chief Financial Officer Hiroki Totoki. Okay. So they haven't given us an exact answer, which is like, okay. He forecast that manufacturers would increase the price of PCs, cars, toys, consumer electronics, appliances, and many other products. Margins are already tight on such products, so they have no choice but to raise prices, O'Donnell said. Yeah, so they might be raising these prices up. We've seen them somewhat slightly raise the price up with that PS5 Horizon Forbidden West bundle. You get the game bundle with the system digitally. I think they raised it up by like $50 for that bundle, but we might get to a point where they just raise the prices without the bundle. It just be like a set increase in price because of the semiconductor shortage. So yeah, it's kind of interesting how they didn't answer that question with a straightforward like yes or no. They still left it out there in the open, so they could possibly increase the price, which is kind of like, that would definitely suck. But you know, the Sony guys, they love to pay more for the same product because they love to defend the price increases for whatever reason. So, you know, the Sony guys might be fine with this. Who knows? Well, let's see what people got to say about this topic right here. Leaving the door open, I don't think they will unless it gets much worse. If Sony increases the price of the PS5, the Xbox Series X will easily win the generation. But you know, Sony would do it. I saw today on a website in Australia, they were selling PS5s for over $1,000. Jeez. I can imagine Sony themselves raising the price to $750 worldwide just because they have a monopoly. It's not going to happen, but who knows? Looks like my PS4 Pro just have to last a few more years. I mean, if you get a PS5 right now, you probably should get one, but it's like, I don't know how well. I don't think it would do that well if they increase the price of the PS5. To be honest, I don't know. It probably would still do well. These people act like fanatics over this PS5, so they probably still would get the same number if they increase the price point. This verse says, "I won't get a PS5 then. If it had been selling a loss since launch, their hand might have been forced. But since the PS5 was turning profit per unit, I'd imagine they still have some room to breathe for now." I'm trying to think if the PS5 was increased while I was in the market for a PS5, I probably wouldn't have bought one either, to be honest. Because if it was like maybe like $650 for a disc one, or it's like $700 for a disc one, I probably wouldn't have bought one until it went down in price. So I don't know. This might hurt their sales actually, if the retail price is a lot higher. I firmly believe that the PS5 was going to be more. $600 for disc, $500 for digital. They sold 13 million PS5s at a loss before they got physical in the green. Okay. I don't see them raising the prices on the PS5. Imagine trying to do that. We want you to sell this console for $600, even though the better console is $500. Before fanboys cry, just saying facts. We still have great games to play on everything before you cry on my tweet. Yeah, better is definitely subjective, so I agree with that. Sony already has increased the price of the PS5. You can't find a console at $500. These stores are selling only bundles with peripherals and games at $650 plus in Europe from the beginning of this generation. Same thing with GameStop too. I was like GameStop, you can't buy the console by itself either. You have to buy the system bundle with other stuff with it. But it's the same thing in the US as well. Charge them more. This means they are going to. Yeah, it definitely is very omnious. It's like they didn't give a direct answer and say no, we will never increase our prices for our customers. They just didn't say anything about that. They said, hey, we might do it, we might not do it, we might do it. So who knows? Those $7 games aren't helping. Yeah, I guess they aren't helping. Yeah, imagine paying over $5 for a console with one exclusive. Sounds like FUD. Why didn't you ask Microsoft after their quarter earnings if they're willing to raise prices or not? As far as I'm aware, Sony is actually turning a profit on PS5 disc edition since last year. Microsoft is not. Had mine since launch unless they release the PS5 Pro. Doesn't matter, Microsoft. The MSRP could go up 1K official and people will still buy it. This guy's ridiculous. He says if it goes up by 1K, people are still gonna buy them. Yeah, probably a very small amount. If it's like $1,500 for a PS5, that's just stupid. Nobody's gonna pay that much money for one. I mean, yeah, sure, you guys have people who are, but the vast majority are not gonna pay $1,500 for a console. That's almost like PC gaming territory. You might as well get a game PC at that point. This is a super bad look on Sony and its competition against Xbox Series S. This generation will be a completely different story if this happens. You think this will ever happen? Yeah, I don't think it's gonna happen. The console is garbage and shouldn't be $500 to start with. PS5 should be $450 max. These ponies defend the $7 price, yet game sales are going down. I guess I was right about $10 being a mental block. Raise the price? Are they nuts? Just because Facebook or Meta did it does not mean they can. Yeah, I'm curious if people are going to buy the new headsets, those new Meta headsets as well too, because I think that's like one of the most popular of the VR headsets. I wonder if that's gonna people are going to buy those more, or is going to have a massive decrease in sales because they just randomly raised the price by $100 for those headsets. So that's kind of wild. So if Sony does the same thing, I think their sales would probably drop, to be honest. Hope it does. F the ponies and their Sony. What? You said, hope it does. F the ponies and their suck Sony's D at all costs, no matter what attitude. Okay, there. He really doesn't like the Sony fanboys. Jeez. Sony in their heads be like, psych. Okay. I'm going to say this now. If you want a PS5 for the first party games, get one ASAP because I can see them increase their price on the console. I don't know what's the case, but I'll say this. Jim Ryan is not the leader PlayStation needs at all. They still want to get rid of Jim Ryan. I don't know why they dislike Jim Ryan so much. I mean, depends if they can make do with virtually absorbing a few $100s for each unit and forecast the possible recoups with software sales and subs they won't increase, or else they will. Wait till these useless journalists realize the price has been increased for months now and no one cared. Is he referring to the bundle? I think if he's referring to the bundle, then nobody would care because you're going to gain with it, so that makes sense, but okay. And the game costs $70 while the bundle is like $50 more, so I can understand why people wouldn't care that much, but if that's what he's referring to. But other than that, if it's like just being increased across the board with nothing else extra, I think people would be probably kind of mad about that, to be honest. Raise the price. If anything, they need to drop it because that thing is straight ass. Wow. Okay. That would end well. For some reason, I always had a feeling they wanted the PS5 to be more than $500, and only did so because of Xbox Series X price announcement. Let's hope they keep it as is. Raise the price of the PS5. Yikes. Get your PS5s now, people, even if there's a slim chance of a price increase. If the current economics keep spiraling out of control, why wouldn't they raise the price of the console? PlayStation is a business after all. iPhones are rumored to be increasing their price this year, and everybody will keep buying them like nothing happened. I don't know. I don't know how well that would turn out if Sony just increased the price of the PS5. Uh, If Sony ever increases the price of an overgrown, underpowered console with less than 1 terabyte, it's game over for Sony, and Microsoft wins this generation. If they jack the price of this to more clearly match the scalpers who actually managed to snag one, then yikes. Yeah, because even people who say that, hey, if they raise the price, it's still cheaper to get it from a scalper. I don't think people with the PS4s would trust. I think the people who got a PS4 would just wait a little bit longer till the price just drops to the price they want to pay, to be honest. I don't think it's going to be that, hey, because the PS5 is so popular, we're going to pay like these scalper prices or the Sony equivalent of scalper prices for the console. I think more people just wait, to be honest. Sony ain't dumb. They see how much these radical fanboys are willing to pay scalpers for a PS5. Sony be like, I smell money. Okay. What a terrible company. I can see them raise the price of the discless PS5 to $450, charge them more. Yeah. Yeah, so that is interesting. Rumors that Sony might raise the PS5, so that might be coming soon. Who knows? But I'm going to include it right here. Definitely let me know your thoughts. If you think Sony is going to increase the price of the PS5 console, they have already done so far with other electronics they have made before. So it wouldn't be too shocking if they did it for the PS5 because they have done it before with the other consoles. They're their own products. So at the moment, so definitely want to see your thoughts down below. Leave a like for this video. And as always, thanks for watching, and peace.